share my thoughts or my closing thoughts on Ghana. So let me get that together and then I'll talk to you guys in a second. Okay, guys. All right. So these are my final thoughts on Ghana. Oops. Let me get this. There we go. Okay. I have my what do you call it, scarf, because again it's a little chilly, but anyway, um, Ghana is still developing, and um, as a developing country, they don't understand some things about how to accurately. Okay, let me put it like I'm trying to be very diplomatic here. Like, they they don't have a high work ethic. We'll just put it that way. They don't have a very good work ethic. If they need money, then they'll show up. If they don't need money, if you've hired them for a job, they'll do the job to a point and they won't do it right, or as you've asked them to do it, and then they won't show up after you've paid them the first installment. Once they run out of the money, then they want to come back and get more money. So it's difficult. Even I think part of the problem is that they don't respect women. Like seriously, they don't. Even if it's a guy, they will push they'll push things. If you're not like micromanaging them and yelling at them and demanding things of them, um, they won't they won't do they won't do it. They won't do what, like, they'll get something in their mind and they'll think they know better than you how it should look or how it should be, and that's how they'll do it, which is really quite frustrating. So just know that. Um, if you have valuables, like I hired this exterminator company, for spraying bugs, because I have like zero tolerance for bugs. And I did not even think about them like going through my wardrobe and drawers. Like I don't know why I didn't think about that, but so I had this really nice ring. Unfortunately, I don't keep all my jewelry in the same place. So it was one of the items that was a little more costly. Had the other costly jewelry in a different place that I guess they didn't find it. So which was good. But anyway, so they sprayed, and you couldn't go into the house for like 4 hours after they sprayed. So when I came into the house, I wasn't even looking for the ring, but I noticed that the next time I did, like it was like a few days after that, going to put the ring on, the ring was gone. So just to let you know, they will go through your stuff. They have sticky fingers. They will go through your stuff. So make sure everything is put away in a way that they can't find it. They can't get to it. Um, another another thing, never shop in stores that don't have a price, that don't have the prices listed, because once they detect, and they're very good at detecting if you're a foreigner or not, or if they think you have money, um, they will increase the price. It's like they will. It's just a given. Um, Another thing, don't move into an area if there are no amenities there, seriously, because the roads are so bad there that something that should take you 15 minutes will take you an hour to get to, because the roads are so poor, and then the traffic is horrendous. Um, Even if you're moving into a development where the so-called developers are promising you that, oh, they're going to build, a pharmacy, they're going to build um, a clinic, they're going to build um, a grocery store, and all of these other promises, don't believe them. They're telling you all of that just to get you to sign on the dotted line. If they're calling themselves developers, okay, so like the place that I chose, Grace City, I bought that from Royal Kingdom Estates, RKE. They call themselves developers, and like I said, this was a learning lesson for me. They never developed anything in their life ever. So when they call themselves developers, look into their credentials to see if they've ever developed anything. RKE has never developed anything. Yeah, they built some houses and I think a couple of apartments or one apartment. Um, but that doesn't mean that they're a developer. That means that they're construction people. Um, Ghanaians are really good about saying that they have certain credentials just to make themselves sound good or to make you believe that they're more qualified than they are. So they're quite good at that. And like I said, don't believe them. Um, as I was saying, don't move into an area if there are no amenities within at least 15 minutes. At least 15 minutes. Because Accra Mall was like an hour away, well, 50 minutes away. Um, there was another Marina supermarket, which was like 40 minutes, 45 minutes away. Um, and that was doable, but the ice cream was always melted by the time you got back home. So yeah, make sure that there's amenities, because believe me, initially it's going to be like, oh, it's okay, blah blah blah, but after a while, especially if you're living there, it's going to get it's tedious. um let's see, another experience that I had. I hired this because my driver wasn't available. Neither of my two drivers were available. And so I hired this Uber driver, and he was driving crazy. He was driving crazy. He ended up hitting a Trotro, and he kept going. So the Trotro tracked him down. I mean, that Trotro, he was mad. And so the driver finally pulled over, and the Trotro guy came out, and he took the driver's keys, and he looked at me, and I just said, I'm just a passenger. You know, I'm not in this. So I ended up having to walk with my luggage, which thankfully was only about 5 minutes, a 5 minute walk away, where he was gonna be dropping me off. But yeah, because he was going to jail. Seriously, he was gonna go to jail because hit and run, even in Ghana, is illegal. So if they're driving crazy, if they won't stop for you to let you out to get another um, ride, then just let them know that you're not paying them. Once they know that, they will stop, because Ghanaians do everything. Not all of them, but the ones that I've encountered when doing business. It's all about money, and they're not giving you um, the best quality. Um, yeah, Ghana's nice to visit for a short time. But as far as living there, no. If you have high standards, don't do it. Don't do it. If you have a low tolerance for liars, don't do it because they smile. They're like Californians. Californians will smile at you, um, but they won't be telling you the truth. I'm from New York, and New Yorkers, we tell you exactly how we feel. If we don't like you, we don't deal with you. Um, Californians, they'll pretend like they like you. Same with Ghanaians. They'll pretend like they like you in order to get something from you. So, anyway, guys, those are just, like my last thoughts. I'm glad that I was able to go there. I'm glad that I was able to experience, building a house and, buying land or leasing land. Um, uh, it, it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot of patience. It taught me to grow closer to Yahuwah, which is, Father Yah. And during my time there, I came to better understand my heritage and my culture as a Hebrew, from the tribe of Judah. And now, I've completely walked away from Christianity. Oh, and that's another thing in Ghana. Everybody says they're Christians, or the majority of the people say they're Christians, but 6 days a week, 6.5 days a week, they are partying, they are fornicating, they are lying, they are scamming, they are doing everything that you would not think that somebody who called themselves by a religious name would be doing, but they were doing all of that. But anyway, so basically, yeah, so I walked away from Christianity and I fully embraced my Hebrew identity. I do follow the way, which is Yahusha, which I guess the world calls Jesus, but his name is Yahusha. He is a Hebrew. He came as a Hebrew. He came to the Hebrew people, um, and that is his Hebrew name. So that's what I use. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, those are my thoughts. And like I said, I did meet a few people. I can count them on one hand in Ghana who are honest, and they know who they are. And I still consider them my neighbors or my friends. And so, um, but yeah, if you're planning on moving there, just be be alert, be on the lookout. And oh, another thing too that happens there, um, because Ghana, they do a lot of marketing and of the country, trying to get people to move there and invest. People get unalived quite a bit there. They don't talk about it, but they do. And if you make the mistake of letting your guards down and letting them get close to you, quite a few women, single women, have done that, and a couple of men as well, and they've ended up losing their lives. And the people who took their lives moved into their houses. I'm not laughing because it's funny, but I'm laughing because they have no idea. You know, what does it profit a person if they gain the whole world but they lose their soul? You know, they may think they're getting away with it. It may look like they're getting away with it. Judgment day comes for everybody. So I'll leave it at that. So anyway, guys, um, yeah, a few things good happened or came out of it. Like I said, I've grown in my faith. I did meet, a few people who I believe will be lifelong friends. And I've grown in temperance. Yes. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my family. And I will be making another video or videos about my journey and my time in bots as well. All right. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Continued blessings.